Hi, I'm Ed from Chicago Fly House, and today we want to talk about choosing hardware. There are several considerations we want to think about when we're picking hardware for our rigging project. The first one is that we want to make sure that we're using hardware that's manufactured by someone we can identify. We have a shackle, for example, made by Columbus McKinnon CM, which is one of the more trusted names in the rigging world, and it says it right here on the shackle. Sometimes we're going to find shackles that don't have the manufacturer name, they're just going to have the country of origin. We don't really like that because we really want to be able to talk to the manufacturer about what their product can do, how it should be used, what standards it's made to. And if we just have the country of origin, regardless of what country that is, we're not going to be able to find that information. And it also means that the manufacturer is trying to shield themselves from any liability related to this product. They're not following it out into the world. And we really want manufacturers who are willing to follow their product out into the world. One thing we can do to improve the chance that we'll get hardware with the manufacturer's name on it is to make sure that we're buying hardware from industrial retailers, from entertainment retailers, instead of big box home improvement stores. The risks in an entertainment setting are considerably different and considerably higher even on a regular workday than they are at a home. And so the things that are sold at home improvement stores, they're made for the risks at home and not for the risks of an entertainment venue. And so we really need to up our game when it comes to picking hardware and choose things that are made for entertainment. The next thing to consider about hardware is whether or not we can lock the hardware to keep it from coming loose. And so with a shackle, we have the ability to use the hole in the pin here to mouse the shackle, where we run a zip tie or some wire around the shackle so the pin can't come loose. With carabiners, we're going to use locking carabiners. In this case, this is a triple locking steel carabiner. So in order to open it, I have to lift it up, twist it, and open it. And then it self-locks. You can get carabiners like this one that are just single locking carabiners, but these can be pretty dangerous because of something called rollout. A rollout is where you might have something in that carabiner, and if it slacks, what can happen is that when this bounces and loads again, it can pop right out of there, right? And so in real time, it can happen quite quickly. So having hardware that locks is another important piece of the puzzle. The last consideration with hardware is to think about the standards that the hardware is made to. If it's industrial lifting hardware like shackles or pair rings or things like that, it's probably made to the ASME B30.26 standard. Those standards are going to say that we have to have a certain design factor for the hardware, certain markings for the hardware, all things that are going to help us use that hardware well and to really know what we have. What it really comes down to is whatever hardware we're using, we want to make sure that we look into it a little bit, that we understand the hardware we have, and that we're sure that it's the right hardware for the job. Thanks very much.